Hey, welcome back. It's David Cherry. This is Founder Therapy. Today's conversation is about creating direction as a way to be a leader and as a way to create value for other people. I'm talking with a company right now that is wanting to go through the acquisition process. And you've got different parties. You've got the people who own the business, you've got the people who work in the business, you've got the people who want to acquire the business, and they're at a stalemate. And the stalemate is nobody is really giving that much specifics as to how the deal can be done. Nobody is taking the lead in the negotiation to push their point of view because they're waiting on the other people to start. This is not the optimal way to be a leader. To lead is to take steps forward and provide clarity when there is uncertainty. My recommendation to the person in this scenario was I said, hey, given that nobody is providing clear next steps, nobody is providing specific valuation models, and everyone's waiting on each other, the person who goes first, the person who sets the initial context, the person who shares with specifics what they're wanting, what they think the value should be, what they see the future looking like, and then letting everyone else react to that, they stand to benefit the most. And they stand to benefit the most for two reasons. The first is because they are setting the frame by which everyone else is now looking through. When you're leading a meeting and you ask questions as the leader or you point everyone's attention to something, you are setting a frame. You are setting the context that other people are then discussing. If you give somebody two choices, do they want spicy ketchup or honey mustard? By definition, you've created the conditions that they then have to choose from. There's only two options. You chose what those options were. Now they're choosing between the two options you've provided. So the benefit of providing your direction, your clarity, what you think to be true, even if you don't know for sure if it's true, is it forces other people to then react against that. It sets a benchmark. You can say it's anchoring, maybe in that language of persuasion. But that sets the context. The second thing is that great leaders, they take things that are fuzzy and they make them more clear. They create more definition. If you were to be stranded on an island in a plane crash and everybody gets out of the plane alive, what's going to happen? They're going to be looking for direction. What do we do next? Where do we go? And if you say, hey, 5 of you are going to go up that hill, 3 of you are going to look that way for help, 4 of you are going to go off and look for food, you're setting direction, you're creating clarity. And when there's uncertainty, people feel uncomfortable. When there's direction and clarity, people feel more comfortable. And then they look to you as the leader who can provide the next step to be done. So leadership is very much about being the person to create clarity when there is none, to create simplicity when there's complexity, and to go first in providing direction. And there's a big benefit to doing this. A lot of people can be concerned about being in a leadership position in any role that you might be in an organization. The irony is in some ways it's much more comfortable to be the leader because you're the one deciding with your own agency what it is that you want to occur. So if you're on the beach and you're waiting for somebody else to pick what to do, they might pick an idea that's not that helpful. They might say, let's all go right into the woods, or let's just stay put. You're not in any control. You don't have any agency over what happens, and you become a follower to their plan. So if you can instead think for yourself, what would I do in this situation? What do I think could be done? What do I think the benchmarks could be? What can I provide for other people to then react against? You're not only setting the frame for them to then discuss and agree and go along with or push back against, but you're providing your version of what it is that you want. And this brings me to self-trust. Leadership, providing direction for others, a lot of it is about self-trust. And a lot of people think I have to know all the answers if I'm going to provide leadership. I have to know everything that I'm talking about. And that's not always true. If you're a leader of a large organization, say Amazon, you couldn't possibly understand what 95% of people are doing day to day in their work. You just can't understand that much about a big business. You can, however, be discerning, and you can ask questions and get more information. So your job is to take in the information you need and synthesize it delegate to people you know who can make a better decision than you, or simply be comfortable taking a next step, even if there's risk, even if it's not going to work out, even if it's not perfect, because you know that you can course correct over time. So leaders don't know that things are going to work out perfectly. They can't know. They can feel comfortable enough in themselves to assess the situation, get centered, and say, what do I think in this situation? What do I want in this situation? What do I think is best for everybody in this situation? And then they can move forward with that with confidence and adjust as they go. So you don't need to know all the answers, but it is about taking on some risk of making a decision. And this is what most people avoid, which leads to the fuzziness, which leads to the complexity. So make a decision today, set a direction today, even if it's not perfect. Let other people react to that direction and create value for others in the same way you created calmness on the beach when everyone is freaking out, by providing clear next steps that you've thought through in a grounded way. That's how you add value in any situation. And there's always more situations in your life right now, whether it's with people in your family or in your business, where clarity is needed, where clarity will help, and you can provide that. So I believe in you. You can leave comments below. If you have any questions, if you like videos like this, you can subscribe for videos every single week. I'll be back again very soon. Later.